Hey there, eh? Welcome to the land of maple syrup and hockey, where politeness is a national pastime. Remember that friendly trade relationship between the United States and Canada? It's been a symbol of cooperation and mutual benefit for decades. Yeah, about that. Turns out, our neighbors to the north got a little too jur for cash. They've decided to introduce a new toll. They slapped a hefty toll on goods traveling from Alaska through British Columbia. This isn't just pocket change, it's a significant fee. Think of it as a scenic route surcharge, except the scenery is just more Canadian highway. Beautiful, but costly. This new toll has Alaskans seeing red, white, and definitely not Canadian red. It's causing quite a stir. Imagine ordering a pizza, and suddenly the delivery fee is more than the pizza itself. That's the kind of shock Alaskan businesses are experiencing. That's the reality for many Alaskan businesses relying on goods shipped through Canada. They're feeling the financial strain. This isn't just about overpriced pizza, though. It's about the broader economic impact. This toll is a major roadblock for Alaska's economy, and people are starting to feel the pinch. Small businesses are particularly vulnerable. So, buckle up, because we're about to navigate the bumpy road of international trade disputes. It's a complex and challenging journey. Spoiler alert, it's about as fun as a flat tire in the Yukon. And trust me, that's not fun at all. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this issue. Now, the United States and Canada have a long and storied history, mostly involving being polite to each other and sharing a love for hockey. This passion for the sport is almost a religion in both countries, with fans cheering on their favorite teams with fervor. Trade has always been a big part of this beautiful, mostly drama-free relationship. The exchange of goods and services has been a cornerstone of their economic ties. We send them our iPhones, they send us their maple syrup. Everyone wins. This symbiotic relationship has fostered mutual growth and prosperity. But like any good sibling rivalry, things haven't always been smooth sailing. There have been moments of tension and disagreement. Remember the Great Softwood Lumber War of the 2000s? It was a significant trade dispute that affected both economies. Or the more recent Lobster Wars, which, despite sounding delicious, were actually quite tense. These conflicts highlighted the complexities of international trade. The point is, these two countries have a knack for turning seemingly innocuous commodities into international incidents. What starts as a minor disagreement can quickly escalate. And this new toll? Well, let's just say it's got all the makings of the next great United States-Canada trade kerfuffle. It's another chapter in their ongoing saga of trade relations, filled with both cooperation and conflict. So, how's Alaska holding up amidst this trade tiff, you ask? Picture this: a moose wearing a going out of business sign. Okay, it's not quite that dramatic, but it's not pretty. The toll has hit Alaska's economy harder than a rogue snowball in February. Businesses are struggling with increased costs, and consumers are feeling the pinch at the cash register. Remember that overpriced pizza? Yeah. Now imagine everything in the grocery store is suddenly more expensive. Local businesses are doing their best to adapt, but it's tough to compete when you're essentially paying a premium just to get your goods through the border. It's like playing Monopoly, but Canada owns Boardwalk and Park Place. Not cool, Canada. Not cool. Politicians throw shade. No tolls on that. As you can imagine, this whole toll debacle has sparked quite the political firestorm. U.S. officials are crying foul, accusing Canada of violating trade agreements and generally being a bad sport. Canadian officials, on the other hand, are all, "Hey, we just really like money, eh?" Okay, maybe not in those exact words, but they're defending the toll, claiming it's necessary to maintain their infrastructure. Meanwhile, Alaskan politicians are caught in the middle, desperately trying to get someone, anyone, to listen to their plight. It's like being the middle child of a family argument. Nobody's really sure what you did, but you're definitely getting yelled at. Can't we all just get along and trade stuff? So, what's the solution to this international trade standoff? Well, it's complicated. Like really complicated and messy. It's the kind of complicated that makes you want to bang your head against a hockey puck, repeatedly. One option is for the U.S. and Canada to sit down like adults and renegotiate their trade agreements. You know, actually talk to each other instead of just lobbing passive-aggressive tariffs back and forth. Another option is for Alaska to find alternative trade routes, which, given its geography, is about as easy as finding a vegan poutine stand in rural Quebec, nearly impossible. The future of maple syrup and salmon, a sticky situation. This chapter delves into the intricate and somewhat humorous conflict between two neighboring nations, Canada and the United States, over the trade of maple syrup and salmon. The outcome of this kerfuffle remains to be seen. Both countries are deeply invested in finding a resolution, but the path forward is anything but clear. Will the U.S. and Canada find a compromise? Negotiations are ongoing, with both sides presenting their cases and trying to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. Will Alaska be forced to build a giant trebuchet to fling salmon over the border? Only time will tell. This whimsical idea highlights the absurdity of the situation, but also underscores the seriousness of the trade dispute. One thing's for sure. This situation highlights the importance of international cooperation and the delicate balance of trade relationships. The scales of trade must be carefully balanced to ensure fairness and prosperity for all involved. It also proves that even the friendliest of neighbors can have their differences, especially when money and maple syrup are involved. These disputes can strain relationships, but they also offer opportunities for growth and understanding. So, the next time you enjoy a plate of pancakes, take a moment to appreciate the complex web of trade agreements that made that delicious maple syrup possible. Behind every bottle of syrup is a story of negotiation, compromise, and international diplomacy. And if you happen to be in Alaska, maybe stock up on essentials, just in case. The uncertainty of the situation means it's always good to be prepared for any eventuality, whether it's a shortage of salmon or a surplus of maple syrup. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, especially when tolls are involved. In the grand scheme of things, this whole Alaska toll situation might seem like small potatoes, but it's a reminder that even in a globalized world, geography matters, and good fences don't always make good neighbors, especially when those fences come with a toll booth attached. So here's hoping that cooler heads prevail and that the U.S. and Canada can find a way to resolve this dispute amicably. After all, we're all just trying to get along, trade some goods, and maybe enjoy a hockey game or two without breaking the bank. And if not, well, there's always that trebuchet idea. You know, for science.